Today we will start the new chapter, that is chapter 7, Tribal and Nomadic Communities. A number of indigenous and ethnic groups known as tribes were located in different parts of the Indian subcontinent. So a number of uh, ethnic groups, they are commonly known as tribes. They were uh, living in different parts of the Indian subcontinent. Their unique societies were usually egalitarian and not divided into classes or caste. That means the societies of the tribal people, it was designed in such a way that there was no caste system and there was no division of the society. They lived in relative isolation away from the influence of mainstream life and followed their distinct culture, language, and religion. So they live in a complete isolation from the other part of the world, away from the mainstream of life. That means the main life of the people. They used to live in a very isolated way, and they used to follow different culture, language, and religion from the other culture present in the world. Kingship bonds were very important within each tribe. Tribes were composed of clans who trace descent from a common ancestor. So they even have a different clan, that means Gotra, where they used to uh, believe that they belong to the different, you can see, different uh, gotra, that means different types, or different communities, but their ancestors were common. Often tribal societies were nomadic, that is they move from one place to another in search of food and pasture land. So often the tribal societies were categorized as the nomadic people. That means they move from one place to another in order to search for food and pasture land where they can cultivate and live their life peacefully. Some tribes would permanently settle down in an area and engage in agriculture production. So some tribes, they used to permanently settle down in any area, and they used to engage their life in agriculture production and live their life peacefully. Usually they combine all these activities to make full use of the natural resources of the area in which they live. So usually the tribal people, they used to combine all these activities, that is agricultural land, and they used to permanently settle down. Okay, so they wanted to settle down in such area where they can fully use the all the natural resources of the area where they live. A tribal group control land and pasture jointly and divided these among the household according to its ruler. So the tribal groups, they used to control the land and pasture land jointly, and afterwards they used to divide the whole area among the different people according to its ruler, that means according to their rank. Tribal people usually lived away from the cities in forest, hills, desert, and even place difficult to reach. So the tribal people, they used to live away from the main cities, especially in the forest area or hill area or a desert area, and even those places which are very difficult to reach. So they used to live in a very isolation way. Next is characteristics of tribal societies in medieval period. Tribal people adopted different ways to secure a livelihood. So every tribal people, they have their own way of livelihood, that is whether to pasture the land or to cultivate the agriculture or to look after the animals. So it's totally depend upon their community or their society through which they can use those as a medium to live. Some tribal groups lead a nomadic lifestyle as hunter and gatherers and animal herders. So some tribal people, they used to live like a nomadic lifestyle. That means they used to move from one place to another so that they can be a hunter and gatherer and even animal herders. That means they used to look after the animals, and with the help of those animals they used to take out the productive work, just like wool from the sheep, from goat and cow milk. Okay, they rear animals such as cattle, goat, camel, sheep, or horses for their livelihood. So these are the animals which they used to use Such nomadic pastoralists lived on milk and other products produced by their animals. So they used to live basically on the milk and the other products which they get from these animals. They exchange wool, ghee, etc., with people in towns and villages for grains, clothes, salt, utensil, etc. So, as they have a huge amount of animals with them, so they used to produce wool from the sheep, ghee from the cow and goat milk, and they used to exchange this product with the people who are living in the other towns and villages for the grains, clothes, salt, and utensil. Certain pastoral tribes also use primitive technology to practice shifting cultivation. So certain tribes, they used to practice the a cultivation known as shifting cultivation. Shifting cultivation means, for example, this is a particular land. Okay, so in the first year in this land, they will for example, in this particular land, the tribal people will cultivate, for example, rice. Okay, so after once the rice is cultivated, so again they will move to another piece of land. That means they will leave this land for a year, so that whatever the fertility of the land was used, it can be again regained, and the next year they will use another land, and in this land they will cultivate, for example, cotton. So this process is known as shifting cultivation. Economically, they were self-sufficient. So economically, they were self-sufficient. That means whatever they used to produce, they were satisfied with that. There were other itinerant groups such as craft person, small time peddlers, and entertainers who travel from place to place practicing their different occupations. So there are other people who live in the tribal society who were craftsperson, who they were entertainer, who travel from one place to another, so that they can, by performing different types of dance and song, they can earn a small amount of money. They made and sold wares such as rope, reed straw matting, coarse sack, and iron tools, or worked as laborer. So even they used to make different types of items, and they used to make different types of iron tools, and even worked as a labor in different farmers field. Some groups also worked as entertainer and perform in different towns and villages. So some people, they also worked as an entertainer. That means they used to perform in different towns and villages, and hence they can get a small amount of money. The tribal groups were distinguished by their distinct lifestyle, custom, language, and culture, and consciously preserve the same. So even the tribal groups, they were totally different from the other you can say other cultures which are prevalent in the Indian subcontinent, and their lifestyles were quite different. Even their custom, language, and cultures were also different, and they used to preserve their culture so that they can transfer to the upcoming generation. Their political system was based upon family or kingship ties, and was headed by a tribal chief. So the head of the whole tribal was the you can say a tribal chief, who will look after what are the different types of activities which will be taken place, and hence we can say that tribal chief was the head of the each tribal society. While some tribal societies were patrilineal and patriarchal in nature, others like the Garo and Khasi of Meghalaya follow the matrilineal system. So there are different types of systems through which these societies were developed.